you know, I came into this as a scientist, and I want to leave it as a scientist too. We should always be quantify what we're doing. And if we did that at the moment, so many trainers would find they aren't doing very much, especially if, say, they were dealing with reactive dogs. The training's going on week after week. They're not getting it done. We got to get this dog off leash with other dogs today.
Yeah.
And if you can't, because the dog doesn't have bite inhibition, then it ain't going to happen ever safely. That is the one uncurable problem in dog training. An adult dog doesn't have bite inhibition. Yeah, we can resolve it, but it takes a lot of time and a lot of protective gear. You need a full body suit. You know, you need Kevlar gloves because the dog doesn't have bite inhibition. Sink his teeth into a person.
Yeah.
But if they have bite inhibition, then get him off leash, solve the problem, you know? And we actually do a lot of that there. We have a lot of people who are going to get a dog. And so what do I do? Maybe people don't know. I now volunteer for a charity that trains assistance dogs for veterans that have PTSD. So I'm a doggy volunteer now, you know, but probably the only time my expertise is called upon is a veteran's going to get a dog from here once it's trained up to have public access, but it'll be living at home, but they already have another dog at home. And the last one I checked out was a little pit bull who hadn't seen another dog for a year and a half. Because last time he was at the puppy class, at a dog park, he got into a growly wowly, and he was persona non grata, and he was like kind of embarrassed to go back, so he didn't. So we have this little, so we had, the point is we had the dogs to work with him. I know the dogs to introduce them to, dogs that would just put out a friendly sign. So we have a massive dog park here, private dog park. So I'm in there with our dog on leash, very non-threatening dog, and they approach the other side of the fence with the dog on leash. Well, if a dog's on leash, or if two dogs are separated by a fence, you're going to magnify every social behavior 40-fold. So this comes from studies on animals in the wild and in captivity. So when you see them in captivity because of the fence, or with dogs, of course, because of the leash, instead of seeing the regular frequency of behaviors, they're magnified 40-fold. And this is reactive behaviors, growling and lunging, as well as friendly behaviors. Well, you see, I'm ignoring the reactive stuff because it's so rare. You know, people will call a dog reactive and say, well, when did he last react? Oh, well, a year and a half ago in the dog park. For how long? Well, for 6 seconds. Was there a fight? Well, a scuffle for 3 seconds. And on the basis of 3 seconds out of a year and a half, you're calling him reactive. So what I know is the reactivity is very rare, to the point people think it comes at random, because it doesn't. But what I see is the friendly behaviors, if they're there, magnified. So this little pit bull, I start counting them, and I pay attention to 3 main ones. The elbow, does it bend? Okay, that's tremendous, lovely, friendly appeasement gesture. Can you see the tongue? Ditto. And does the dog shift its weight, especially rhythmically? As opposed to a dog where you're going to have trouble with, he's like this. So the camera's the dog now. I'm not even looking at it. Then watch my eyes and watch my body move. That's a big problem. Okay, no movement at all. It's what you don't see is the problem. But I saw with this pit bull, and I'm counting his friendly behaviors, he came in with a count of over 60 a minute. 60 a minute. At 60 times a minute, he's saying, I'm friendly, I want to play, 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 interspersed with lunging and growling. Okay, but all the time that he's lunging and growling, you know, he's saying, I want to be friendly, I want to be friendly, which tells me the lunge and the growl is just excitement, exuberance, and play growl. So with that dog, I remember he came in, I said, just let his leash go. He comes running up at high speed into a play bow, another play bow, electric shock, play bow. And then I said, okay, let my dog go. And he ran, and his owners were like crying. I said, what's wrong? I said, he's not seen another dog for a year and a half. He's not played. Look at him. And he was doing 10 laps of this dog park. This dog park's like 170 feet long. And they were chasing and playing and, you know, and that's basically all I do now, checking the dog out.